lot of business to take care of. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good evening, everyone. The meeting's a little shorter than normal. No major presentations. We do have a few acknowledgments and one presentation, but main purpose of tonight's meeting is our BOCES board vote and BOCES elections. So that's why we normally meet on a Tuesday. It's a little out of the ordinary for us, but meeting is relatively short. So let's get going. Our first presentation tonight is the Gold Scout Gold Award presentation from Tatiana Moore. Welcome, Tatiana.
Good evening. My name is Tatiana Moore, and I'm a junior at Walt Whitman High School. I'm here today to ask the Board of Education to approve my Girl Scout Gold Award proposal. I've been in Girl Scouts since attending Countrywood Primary Center in kindergarten. Throughout my years in Girl Scouts, I've learned the value of responsibility, hard work, dedication, and what it means to live by the Girl Scout promise and law. As part of my Bronze Award, I stood before you 6 years ago as a student at Maplewood Intermediate School, and I and my fellow Scouts asked for your permission to help raise food in an effort to address food insecurity in our community. During this experience, I noticed that you had a Gold Award plaque that listed all of the Gold Award recipients in the South Huntington School District. Since then, it has been moved to the high school, but after that presentation, I looked at the plaque and pictured my name on it. This memory has stayed with me since then. Now, in my junior year at Whitman, I've completed my Bronze and Silver Award, and am now ready to begin my own Gold Award project. When I started this journey, I was one of 13 girls in my Girl Scout troop. Today, I'm one of 3. Since COVID, Girl Scouts of America has lost over 1.4 million members, and the trend is not reversing. Many Girl Scouts drop out of the program in middle school because one of the challenges is motivation. There's only so much time in the day, and between school, homework, sports, family, and friends, some lose interest while others become overwhelmed with all that is required to complete the Silver Award during middle school. For my Gold Award, I would like to enhance the existing recognition program started by this Board of Education all those years ago. Just as I was inspired to complete my Gold Award by looking at the plaque, I would like to raise funds to create a Silver Award recognition plaque that I would hang at Stimson Middle School. I hope to inspire those girls in middle school to earn their Silver Award. I will contact my service unit and obtain a list of girls who have achieved their Silver Awards while attending Stimson. And I also hope to set up a system to notify the district when future girls earn their Silver Award. And I hope that the board will continue this tradition of adding names to this plaque. I hope that in the future, this plaque can help inspire more service in the school district and community. Does the board have any questions?
Oh, beautiful presentation. You did excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. Mr. Duggan, would you like something to go in the middle school?
Yes.
Any questions from the board? Yes, go ahead, Ms. Meyer.
Tatiana, it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. What did you do for your Silver Award?
For my Silver Award, I created a community garden at a local church, and the food went to a food pantry connected to the church. So it was also similar to my Bronze Award with the food insecurity in my community, and it was distributed to local families in need.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. All in favor? Excellent. Thank you. And it's so good to know that, I remember when we unveiled those plaques a few years ago, so it was very nice that you were inspired by that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. All right. Speaking of traditions, last year we began a tradition of hearing from some of our students who went to overseas trips and to learn about their experiences, and we're jealous as well from their wonderful experiences that they had. And this year we had a couple terrific trips, and we're going to talk about them tonight, or our students will talk about them. We had a trip to Italy and a trip to Peru. So we'll start with Italy, and to kick things off, I'd like to introduce Nicole Costanza.
I'm so short. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Nicole Costanza. So we were fortunate enough to take 16 amazing, wonderful students. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Over to Italy for February break. We were able to go for AP Art History and AP Euro. So all the students have either taken one of those courses or will be in the future. So that's been really awesome. And instead of you guys hearing from me about what we did, because we did so much, I thought it'd be nice for you guys to hear from the students. So if you guys could come on up. That would be great. Thank you. And also Ms. Hanovich, thank you. I was lucky enough to be able to bring Ms. Hanovich with me as well, so she was our other chaperone on this trip. And honestly, without her, this also would not have been possible, so super grateful. Yeah.
And I would just like to say a big thank you to Ms. Costanza. This could not have happened without her. Her organization skills were key and incredible. And I also have to say, as an advisor for ambassadors and natural helpers, seeing so many of these members go to a different country and still treat everyone with such courtesy and kindness and generosity was truly, truly touching. So without further ado, we'd like to invite them on up.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jordan Morales. So our first day in Italy was Florence. I gotta say, I love Florence a lot. And I got really inspired by all the statues and by the art, especially the churches. The churches were very, very beautiful. And especially coming from a religious background, it really inspires me to do a lot for my community and for my religion.
Thank you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Hi everybody, my name is Alex Gillette, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Pisa. So Pisa was fantastic. We went first to a baptistry where we saw, I think it was a singing demonstration, because it was big on the echoing, and it was a cool dome shape. And then we went to a cathedral, and then right behind that cathedral is, of course, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We took a bunch of pictures in the Leaning Tower of Pisa in front of it. You could see top right, me and my friend Kate. We got the pose a little bit wrong, but I think it was funny. And we went to the shops, and probably my favorite thing about it was that I got a LeBron James bracelet for €5 in Pisa.
Oh, this is a high microphone. Okay. Hi, my name's Allison Palacios, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Verona. Personally, this was my favorite city just because we got to see the Romeo and Juliet balcony. That's been an all-time dream of mine. This was the first city that we really got to roam around and just explore a little bit. Even though it was 2 or 3 hours of just roaming, it still was so much fun. And we also got to have McDonald's in Europe, which was really cool. And also kind of a culture shock. They have a lot of different things. So, but yeah, it was one of the best experiences I had.
Thank you.
I'm Ava Oliveri, and I'm going to be talking about Venice. So Venice was my favorite stop that we had on the trip because it was just so, the water was gorgeous. It was amazing. And we were lucky enough to go during the carnival there. So you can see how they dress up for that, and that's so interesting. Also, the food in Venice was so good. That was my favorite part of the whole trip. So yeah.
Excellent.
My name is Jillian Coble, and I just want to tell you guys a little bit about Assisi. So this was one of our actual longer travel days for us. It took us 6 hours to get here, and we only spent, I would say, about 2 to 3 hours, but I think we can all kind of agree that it was one of our favorite stops on the whole trip. We got to see the Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi, and just the entire place was just amazing, beautiful. We got to watch an actual mass go on, and we just got to observe it. Some of us actually got communion. and just seeing like a medieval city, it was really great. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Samuel Lopez, and I want to talk a little bit about Rome. So this was our last city. We actually went to the Vatican first, and then kind of roamed around Rome. We had a lot of great experiences. We saw so many great things. In the Vatican, we actually went through the Holy Doors because this was a Jubilee year. So that happens every 25 years. So we were very, very lucky to go during that Jubilee year. And there were many different churches from all over the world going, and it was very, very special to walk through the Holy Door, which signifies that we purify our souls when we walk through, and we just saw many different popes. It was very kind of shocking to see that in churches they kind of put the cadavers of past popes and past important people. So it was really, really special to see that. And then after the Vatican City, we went to Rome and just the environment, and we saw the Colosseum, which is one of the seven wonders of the world. Yeah, very, very big, which is one of the seven wonders of the world. And it was just really, really special to see that. And yeah, we just had a fantastic trip, and that was the last day. So it was really, really special.
And so, get ready, because you guys will see another request coming up for us. We are going to, if you approve, we are going to Germany, Switzerland, and Austria next February break. A bunch of these students have already signed up, which is awesome, including some who went to Peru. And we are all like super excited. So it would be awesome when you see it. If you would like to approve it, we would greatly appreciate it. So,
Excellent.
thank you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you.
I would like to introduce Ms. Roche, who took the kids to Peru.
I'm a little taller. Good evening, everybody. I'm Miss Roche. I'm a chemistry teacher at Walt Whitman High School and Anatomy. Hi, Tatiana. Congrats. I took a group of 10 students to Peru this year, along with Mr. Kindelman. He's not able to be here today. I can control the PowerPoint from over here. Okay, great. So, of course, we got to see one of the 7 world wonders, which is Machu Picchu. It was breathtaking. We were able to do surf lessons in Lima off the coast, bright and early. We got to see the sunrise. It was such a great experience. This was our local tour guide. He spent the entire week with us. He loved on us. He kind of helped us learn the language, the customs. It was fantastic. We were immersed into their local culture, and we were able to do ceramics. We did a ceramic lesson. We also dressed up similar to the Inca culture, and we were able to cook and make a local meal with the indigenous people. This is me and Mr. Kindelman all dressed up in our hats. And we, of course, I don't know if you guys know about Inca Cola. It's a wonderful soda drink there. And these are some great moments that we shared with our students and in the city. And we also went horseback riding, which was fantastic in Cusco. And this is us cooking, and hopefully they brought that back to their home, and now they can cook for their family. And of course, this is Machu Picchu and the scenic train ride all the way up. Wow. All right. Yeah, it was beautiful. All right, now I'm going to have just a few students come on up and just share about what they loved about Peru and their best experience. So here's Heather.
Hi, my name is Heather Kowalczyk, and I'm a senior. Overall, the trip to Peru was really just breathtaking. So when I tell my family about it, they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite thing?" And I honestly can't think of one thing that was my favorite thing. It was just so amazing to be able to interact with the people of the culture and just understand how other cultures work. I have to say I've learned amazing things in the classroom at Walt Whitman, and being able to take those lessons and use them in the real world at other countries like Peru have really just been amazing. So it was an amazing trip, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to go. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
my name is Jackie Smith. I'm a senior. One thing I thought was really cool about Peru was the fact that, like, we first started in Lima, which was very, like, modernized, and then when we went to Cusco and, like, Machu Picchu, we saw more, like, cultural parts. I actually really enjoyed dressing up as, like, in their traditional outfits. We also got to see, like, a lot of how the stuff is made. Like, a lot of their clothes are made from alpaca, specifically baby alpaca. We learned how to find the best alpaca wool there. And yeah, I don't know, it was cool.
I'm Ethan York, and it's kind of repetitive, but one thing I liked about Peru is that it was just different from America, you know? Like, it's just eye-opening to see, like, a whole different culture. But personally, my favorite part about Peru was definitely Sexy Juan. And yeah, we rode horses up there, and like there was like a zoo, and we saw like llama, and the guy kept on saying that like I looked like one of them because of my hair.
That was very nice.
And like another thing, what I liked was that I was able to speak Spanish, because one thing that like our school provides that was good is that like it's dual language, that you can take dual language. So like being in dual language for like 80% of my life, I was able to just like speak with the people in Peru and just like bargain over prices. So it was actually pretty nice. But like they definitely, on a whole nother level, they like respected me more, being able to just communicate with them. So that's it.
Hello, my name is Evan Filler, and I'm here to talk about the Peru trip. My favorite part was being able to speak with everyone on the Peru trip. I never thought I'd meet Jackie, Heather, Lucy, Miles, Ethan, and everyone else that went. I got to know them much better, and another great part was getting to speak Spanish. Like, he said bargaining about the prices. He still owes me a few dollars from
Oh, wow.
He still owes me a few dollars from a necklace, but I'll let it go for now. But no. Another great part was getting to experience like the different kinds of food they have there, and how like how the dishes vary throughout the goddamn my words the country. Like how in Lima they served us a lot of guinea pig, and in Cusco they served us a lot of guinea pig as well. But outside the guinea pig, we got to try the local fish. Yeah, guinea pig. We got a lot of that for free.
Was that the first time you ever had guinea pig?
Yeah, it is. Can't say I had. I don't think they serve it anywhere else here.
Did you like it?
It was all right. I think it's tiny bit overpriced, I'd say.
Okay.
They were charging $20 for it, but
wow.
But outside the food, just seeing Peru in general, like the cathedrals was great. Like everything was different, like everywhere else said. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Miles Berman. I'm a sophomore at Walt Whitman High School. One of my favorite parts of Peru was this was only my second time out of the country, and going into the trip, I thought it was we were gonna be so secluded from the culture of the amazing country that we went to. But I learned that on the first day that we landed, which was at like 9:30 at night, and after an hour-long bus, we were able to go to Burger King at 11 o'clock at night and test out new McFlurry flavors. I loved the caramel one. I really liked that, but I just loved how even when we were traveling to new parts of Peru, we were always able to see new features. Like we were able to see this one hotel where the rooms were perched on the mountainside, or when we went to climb one of the world wonders, we were like a part of the culture. Like, we were able to go to the hot springs at 5 in the morning before we hiked up to Machu Picchu, which was one of my favorite parts of the whole trip, was getting to go to the one of the 7 wonders of the world. So I just loved how immersed we were, and I loved all the lessons I learned from my trip. Thank you.
What about?
Thanks again for letting us share our experiences. And to you guys, students, thank you for letting me see Peru through your eyes and experiencing it along with you. So that's what it's all about.
And thank you to our advisors who went on the trip. We think this is obviously a wonderful opportunity for the students, but they need chaperones, and so thank you for taking your time and doing that as well. And hopefully you enjoyed the food, other than McDonald's and the Burger King. And the guinea pig. All right. Moving on to our final presentation. As you know, we've been celebrating our 100th anniversary for the whole year, and we have one big celebration left, and that is on the weekend of May 3rd and 4th, when we are going to bury our district time capsule. You may have seen that a big hole was just dug by the Waltman High School, by the bell over there, and Dr. Murphy has been working on this throughout the year, as well as so many other 100th anniversary celebrations. Done an amazing job putting this together, everything that we've asked him to, and this is kind of the culmination. We got a great weekend that weekend. Dr. Murphy, you want to tell us about this?
Well, we're not putting guinea pig in the time capsule.
What about McDonald's?
Might be McDonald's. So just wanted to say thank you. First and foremost, I have to thank the Board of Education and Superintendent for allowing us to do something like this for the 100-year anniversary. Being a historian, a former social studies teacher, this has been something near and dear to my heart, and I have to thank all the high school, the students that were committed to it, the teachers, as well as all the other administrators and teachers throughout all the other buildings. One of the things we wanted to showcase, and if you didn't get a chance, please do so before you leave, is, as Mrs. Ciapetta said, we'll be dropping a time capsule that will be opened up in 50 years. And what's kind of interesting about that, and what I talked about with some of my student leaders, is think about if we opened one today in 2025, it would have been put in 1975, and how different the world would have been. Cell phones, computers would have been, our cell phone is more powerful, is 10 times more powerful than the largest computer in 1975. And what those things would have looked like in 1975. So we've taken a lot of thought and painstaking, and I know that every building has done this, is that we have tried to pick items that not only will show our culture and how diverse it is, but also show who we are as South Huntington residents, as Wildcats, and as Whitman alum. So the buildings have done an amazing job. It will go in. We're going to have a celebration along with Chef. Chef is having a run. So we've tried to culminate a bunch of things to get a lot of our community together. Chef will be doing a run on Sunday. And after that run, we're going to be having live music from our high school students. We'll be having pictures taken with the Golden Shovel, where we have every group that has been significant in the last 100 years, from our Board of Education to our teachers, to our administrators, to our PTAs. Everybody will have a part in this, because we are who we are because of these groups and these people. So we encourage you to please come down. I encourage you to please look at the things, because I know my wife and I were talking about it last weekend, and you're like, well, what are you putting in there? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to be around. No, I'm just like, so. But we've taken painstaking notice to make sure that there are things that represent who we are as a people here in South Huntington. So I encourage you to look at it, and thank you so much for allowing us this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Murphy. That is it's a serious time capsule. It is enormous. I wasn't expecting it to be quite that big, and we know that you'll be putting a Diet Coke in there, right?
It's already on too.
Thank you. All right, moving on to our business agenda. I'll take a motion to adopt the agenda. Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Any questions on the agenda? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, items E through H require one resolution for adoption. Is there a motion? Mr. Biangasso, seconded by Mr. Scragg. Are there any questions on the minutes, financial items, and bills? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. And no, there are no communications for this meeting. We'll move on to new business. We have 12 items of new business today, and the first two items are the main purpose for the meeting. First item is the vote on the Western Suffolk BOCES 2025-2026 administrative budget. So we'll be voting whether to adopt the administrative budget. Is there a motion? Mr. Scraggs, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Are there any questions on the budget? The budget has been provided to you. Of course, Western Suffolk provides great services to our students and so many opportunities. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Board votes in favor of the administrative component of the BOCES budget. Moving on to item number 2 is approval of the trustees for the Western Suffolk BOCES Board of Education. There are 3 candidates and 3 seats. Is there a motion? Mr. Biangasso, seconded by Ms. Meyer. And the 3 candidates are Eileen Hertz from the Half Hollow Hills Central School District, Brian Sales from the Copeg Union Free School District, and Peter Wunsch of the Comac Union Free School District. Any questions on the candidates? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. We vote for each of the 3 candidates. Moving on to item number 2 is the adoption of the 2025-2026 property report card. Motion. Mr. Joyner, seconded by Mr. Scragg. Mr. Conway.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. Tonight for board's approval is the approval of the 25-26 property tax report card as required by law. It's essentially a side-by-side snapshot of the current 24-25 budget versus the proposed 25-26 budget, and it also provides a recap of the reserves we are proposing to utilize in the 25-26 budget.
Thank you, Mr. Conway. Does the board have any questions on the report card? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Moving on to our 4th item of new business is the approval of a confidential personnel resolution pursuant to section 1913 of the New York Education Law. Motion. Mr. Biangasso, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Any questions on this matter which has been discussed in executive session? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Moving on to resolution number 5 is a homebound instructional appeal. Is there a motion? Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Joyner. And this is an appeal by a student of a denial of a request for homebound instruction. This matter was discussed in executive session. A vote in favor would be for the appeal. A vote against would be to reject the appeal. All in favor of the appeal? All opposed to the appeal? All right. The appeal is denied. Moving on to new item number 6 is the approval of a contract extension for student transportation services, specifically being awarded to educational bus transportation. Motion. Mr. Biangasso, seconded by Ms. Meyer. Mr. Conway again.
Thank you. Tonight for approval is a request to extend the current contract the district has with our external provider, Educational Bus. Under the current terms of the RFP, which was awarded last year, the extension calls for the same terms and conditions and renews at Consumer Price Index for the upcoming school year.
Thank you. Questions? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Thank you, Mr. Conway. And it's good news to get those contract awards at CPI, as they can be very, very expensive. So we're happy to that our costs are certain for that. Moving on to item 7 is a budget transfer. There's a motion. Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Scragg. Mr. Conway again.
Thank you. Tonight for approval is a budget transfer in excess of $35,000 limit as defined by Board Policy 5330. The purpose of the transfer is to purchase some needed networking and other IT-related items throughout our district.
Okay, great. Thank you. Questions for Mr. Conway? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, moving on to item 8 is the approval of a Western Suffolk BOCES multi-year service agreement. Motion. Mr. Biangasso, seconded by Ms. Meyer. Ms. Kavanaugh, hear from you.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. For the board's approval tonight, we have a multi-year, which is a 5-year agreement with Western Suffolk BOCES for the purchase of Chromebooks for our 1st, 5th, and 9th grade students to be in alignment with our replenishment cycle.
Any questions for Ms. Kavanaugh? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, thank you, Ms. Kavanaugh. Moving on to item number 9 is approval of the health service agreement between South Huntington and Great Neck Public Schools. Motion. Mr. Biangasso, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Mr. Conway again.
Thank you. This one here is approval for a request between South Huntington and Great Neck Public Schools for health services. They would be providing to one South Huntington student attending North Shore Hebrew Academy, but who reside in our district.
Thank you, Mr. Conway. Questions for Mr. Conway on Resolution 9? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Moving on to new business item number 10 is the approval of the Eastern Suffolk BOCES Cooperative Bidding Program. Is there a motion? Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Mr. Conway, you're busy tonight.
Thank you. This is a request to allow South Huntington School District to participate in a joint municipal cooperative bidding program with Eastern Suffolk BOCES. This allows us to participate with their bids for the 25-26 school year and affords the district a greater reach in terms of purchasing power and allowing us to use BOCES to run certain bids, as well as saving cost and time versus running them ourselves.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Conway. Does the board have any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Moving on to new business item number 11 is the approval of a donation. Is there a motion? Mr. Biangasso, seconded by Mr. Scragg. Dr. D'Elia.
Yes, very generous one. This is Vicky Dolan, who is very instrumental with our Fine Art Craft Fair that takes place every November, is looking to award a check in an amount of $30,000, and this money will be used for the Wildcat statue. And that's, you know, it's not every day you get a donation of $30,000, but Vicky Dolan has been a true friend of the district. The art gallery that's at the high school, I think a large amount of that came from the Fine Arts Fair that she donated, and a lot of her hard work in putting this together, and she continues to donate for wonderful things for the South Huntington community.
Yeah, she's been amazing in her, she just keeps making money off the Fine Arts Fair and puts it back into the district, and so we thank Ms. Dolan. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? I think that brings our fundraising to conclusion too, I think. All right, moving on to item 12, recommendations for placements by the students, placement of students by the committees on special education and preschool special education, multiple dates listed in February, March, and April. Is there a motion? Mr. Biangasso, seconded by Mr. Scragg. Any questions on the placements? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. That concludes new business. We now move on to our personnel schedules. We have personnel schedules 2, 3, 6, 9, 11, 15, 16, 20, and 22. Is there a motion? Ms. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Joyner. Any questions on personnel? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. We have a appointment to announce, and it's a significant one. So the board has interviewed the following cabinets interviews for the position of supervisor of E&L, dual language and world language, which is quite a comprehensive portfolio. And we reached a decision on a successful candidate today, who is Melba Martinez from the Bayshore Union Free School District, who comes to us with a wealth of experience and in fact is pretty much doing the role right now herself, overseeing 78 teachers in 3 departments, which are the exact 3 departments that we are advertising for and we've hired for here, E&L, dual, and world language. And she offers a wealth of experience coming from Bayshore, which is a very similar district to us, demographically and socioeconomically, and also great experience in helping to build and utilize the pre-K program there, which, as we've been talking about through this year, we are expanding as well to universal pre-K programs. So please join me in congratulating Ms. Martinez and welcoming her to the South Huntington School District. All right. Personnel postings are listed. We have administrative reports. Our first administrative report is our pre-K committee update. And to give that, I will turn it over to Dr. Hender.
Thank you, Mr. Ciapetta. I am happy to announce that we have concluded all of our meetings for our UPK committee, and we are looking forward to presenting at our next Board of Education meeting on May 7th.
All right. Coming attraction, thank you.
Thank you.
And Transportation Savings Committee, Mr. Conway.
Thank you. Dr. Murphy and I will hold our final committee meeting this coming Thursday, right here at JKO at 4 p.m. At this meeting, our intent is to finalize the committee's recommendation to the Board of Education. Dr. Murphy and I then plan on having a brief presentation to the board, likely early June. And at that meeting, like I mentioned last time, we plan on having the engineering firm present to answer any questions from the Board of Education and or the public.
And that's regarding the traffic study that we
Yes.
commissioned, correct?
Correct. Thank you.
Excellent. Any questions to the board from Mr. Hender and Mr. Conway? Thank you for your work on that committee, and we want to also thank all the committee members, so hopefully they'll be in attendance when we present. We can thank them for taking time out of their days and volunteering for these important roles. All right, future meetings are listed, May 7th, which Mr. Hender just alluded to. In addition to that presentation, we will be also having a public hearing of the budget then. It's an opportunity for the public to ask any questions that they have about the budget. It's less presentation and more for the public. And then we'll have our next meeting after that is May 20th, a Tuesday, which is our budget vote and elections over Walden High School from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. as well as a board meeting beginning at 7:30 p.m. Comments by board members? Mr. Scragg.
All right, I'll put on my chef hat for a moment. Dr. Murphy alluded to the fact that Chef is hosting a family centennial fun run on May 4th, right before the time capsule opening. We will meet at the high school track at noon. Registration begins at 11:15. It's $10 per person. It is for all ages. With that $10 registration, you will also get a coupon for lunch at the Booster Club's barbecue. So for $10, you get to participate in a fun event, you get lunch, and you get to help raise money for our science and art students here in the district. Chef is the South Huntington Educational Foundation, and we act as a booster club for our science and art students. In the past, we have raised money to help build the art gallery, the marine biology lab, the recording studios, the dance studio. So all of the money raised that day, there will be raffle baskets as well that you can participate in. We'll go right back into our community here in South Huntington, our students, and help provide greater opportunities in their science and art programming. If you'd like to register for that, you can go to chefinc.com, chefinc.com, and you can sign up there. There's a flyer, you just scan the QR code and register. So please come out, wear your school color. You'll see each school is going to have their own color to wear. It's kind of a school battle. There will be a huge banner that the winning school with the most registrations and most money raised gets to hang out outside their school for the following year. So please come join us. It is a great cause and it'll be a lot of fun.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Scragg. Thank you for giving us that update. We look forward to the run and the barbecue. I assume a guinea pig will not be on the menu.
If it was up to me, whole roasted pig.
Oh, sounds good to me too. Any other comments by board members? Mr. Joyner.
Just want to say congratulations to the students who actually went on the trips to Peru and also to Italy. I'm a big proponent of students traveling abroad, and this opportunity was embraced by your family and yourself, so you should be commended on that. And I look forward to what that trip will mean to you in your future, and look forward to hearing about it in the future.
All right. Any other comments? Dr. D'Elia.
Yes, I know we had our last board meeting just a few days before spring break. I hope everybody had a great spring break, if you enjoyed the holidays. But we still don't have a state budget. It hasn't been concluded yet. I have no idea from people I'm speaking with of when it's going to be concluded, hopefully within the next few weeks. But we don't see any really financial major implications one way or the other. So they're discussing other things, and one thing that I keep, over the break, my son's friends were asking me about the cell phone policy because they love their policy, which I don't know if they really have one right now, whether they are, but they love it, and they're not in this district. But we're waiting to see what that looks like, and that will obviously have an implication on every school district moving forward. So we shall hopefully see. I would hope before the end of the school year we'll have a budget, but it's supposed to be ready by April 1st. Maybe by May 1st. We'll see.
Also, bless you. Thank you. Adventureland, part of our family, 100th anniversary. That's coming up a week from this Friday. I believe, Dr. Murphy, we have about 300 and some odd tickets sold already. Adventureland really wants us at the 500 range. I told you guys earlier we weren't going to have a snow day. Was I right? Yeah, all right. You have no snow day. Okay, just the way it worked. I'm telling you, Friday, May 2nd, it's going to be beautiful out. So I know some parents are waiting to see how the weather's going to turn out. And we're all hoping it's going to be great. And hopefully we'll get more people signed up to go. And I know there'll probably be a last-minute push. And, we'll try to get as many people that have fun and celebrate, 100 years of South Huntington at Adventureland. And also looking at my calendar, I know this is a very busy time of the year. So please, parents, check your calendar because there's a lot of great things happening between now and the end of the school year that, we don't want you to miss. And we look forward to seeing you at a lot of events. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. D'Elia. And yet you mentioned we're waiting for the budget. We haven't heard any news. It seems that they have agreements perhaps on cell phone policy and criminal discovery. Significantly, though, we finally saw some movement on my favorite topic of zero-emission buses, and our Long Island delegation sent a letter to the New York State Assembly leader and recommending that there at least be some kind of change in policy on them. So that's the first movement we've seen in a while, and that's significant. So that was a bipartisan delegation who recognized that the impending requirement to start transitioning to zero-emission vehicles is just not feasible. So we welcome that. Gracie.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a nice break. I will say our audience is a little bit bigger than usual, so I hope I don't mess up. But as Dr. D'Elia said, we have a packed next couple of weeks, so to keep it short, I'll just kind of go through what's going on between now and our next meeting, which is May 7th. So starting on the 29th, this is parent orientation for incoming 6th grade families. So this will take place at Silas, and the staff will just explain everything parents need to know for this big, kind of scary middle school transition. We're also coming into the midst of testing season. So tomorrow, I know there was a lot of problems with the New York State tests and getting rescheduled, but the math assessment will be tomorrow. And on May 6th, there will be the science assessment. And aside from these tests, AP tests start on May 5th. So there's approximately 2 weeks worth of these exams. And like I said last meeting, all students should just be looking out for their review schedules and start studying. We're in the home stretch, we're almost done. Now, while APs are happening, there are 2 Honor Society inductions that I'd like to acknowledge. We're at Language Honor Society being May 1st, and then for the 8th graders, National Junior Honor Society is May 8th. They just came back from their DC trip. I heard it was fun, so congratulations to you guys. Speaking of May 1st, this is Commitment Day for women. So all seniors will wear their college shirts, and they're going to meet on the field similar to Senior Sunrise and just take pictures. And also, just to acknowledge, any students going to trade school, armed forces, anything like that, they're also encouraged to wear a shirt because you guys are going to do amazing things too. So it's a really nice tradition, and we're all looking forward to it. Lastly, to wrap it up, as we heard earlier, we do have the big time capsule and 100th year picnic on May 4th. So I hope all the students and their families will come. I look forward to seeing everyone there. And yeah, I really didn't have much because we'll meet again soon, but thank you.
Thank you, Gracie. All right, good job as always. Voice of the resident. Anyone from the community want to address the board? All right. With that, we'll take a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Any opposed? Be well, everyone. Not bad. That's done early today. What do we got tonight for basketball? Only 2 games now. We got.
There's 3. There's
Oh,
Indiana
there's
and
3?
Milwaukee.
Oh, wow. I thought they started 2.